Hello everyone and welcome to the next contest update video. The poll starts in about 5 hours, and I'll be honest with you, I pretty much had to revamp the entire way the poll is going to go, because I'm not sure if either SurveyMonkey either changed their policies or changed their plans or whatever, but I have to completely revamp the way that's going to go. So pretty much forget everything what I said about like being able to only having like 800 votes and being able to vote on all the people at the same time. You're still going to be able to go into the Duct Tape Stuff blog to vote on the polls, but that's the key word there. They're going to be polls. There's actually going to be more than one rather than one giant thing. And let me explain to you exactly how this works. I actually put it on a board here just to kind of give you a visual on how it's going to work. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to show you how this works. Basically, we have 112 people entered into the contest, and divided out, that comes out to 8 people per poll for a total of 14 polls. So on the Duct Tape Stuff blog, for the first round, there are going to be 14 polls. And it's actually going to be making it a little fair for people, because it's actually going to allow more people to, theoretically, to win the prize at the end. So here you have the polls. These are 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 14. There are going to be 8 people entered into each one of these polls. So you got 8 people here, like these are probably the first people who entered the contest, and then at the end here these are going to be the last people who entered the contest. If you're one person, you're going to be able to vote once on any of these polls. If you wanted to vote on, say, poll number 8, but not the rest of them, you could do that. If you wanted to vote once on each of these, then you'll be able to do that. But your name, your username, will only be listed under one of these polls. So you have to check which one and find out where it is. If you know you submitted in the beginning, then yours is probably going to be under the first one. If you submit towards the end, it's going to be under the last one. So that'll give you an idea of where to find it. Basically, each poll will allow you to vote a grand total. It will have a total of 100 votes. So you definitely want to make sure that you do vote for each one. And then basically, for example, let's say that I entered a wallet, that's DTS for Duct Tape Stuff. So my poll is, my entry here is located under poll number 7. So if I wanted to vote for me, I'd go under poll number 7 and click on DTS, and that would submit my vote for that. Once those 14 polls are closed, or they fill up, or after, say, about a week, we'll make sure that all those are closed out. That will give me a grand total of 14 people who have the top of the list. Now, if there's some people are tied, we'll probably bump them over to the next tier, but more or less that should give me with 14 winners for that first poll. From there, we're going to go to, see here, a winner per poll, it was 14 winners. From there, we're going to go to 2 polls with 7 each. So that's going to have those 14 divided by 2. That's going to be the 2 polls that are going to pop up on the Duct Tape Stuff blog. And if it's, like I said, if some people have ties, we'll include those in. So it might not be 7, it might be 8, and so on and so forth. From those 2 polls, we'll determine 2 people who are going to go head-to-head for the grand prize of the competition. So from there, so you've got 14 people, more or less, depending on if everyone gets ties, which go down to 2 polls of 7, which then go down to 1 poll of 2. The best 2 of those 2 separate polls of 7. So I understand this is probably a little more confusing, but like I said, I'll be explaining to you as it's going through. Basically, tonight at midnight when you go on, there are going to be 14 polls. You can vote once for each poll. You can vote for yourself once you find yourself in one of the polls, and you'll be able to vote for one person in each one of these polls if you so wish. Those main 14 people will move on to the 2 polls of 7. Those 2 winners of those 2 polls of 7 will move on to a poll of 2, and then the winner will be obviously either one of those people, 50-50 chance really, to see who gets to win the prize. So that's basically how the contest is going to be set up. So just bear with me. I know I kind of just threw a loop at you right now, but I pretty much got thrown a loop earlier today as well when I checked the SurveyMonkey website. So this is basically how it's going to work. So I'll see you guys tonight at midnight when these 14 polls go up, and we'll see how the voting goes from there. So stay tuned. I'll see you tonight at midnight.